All right, we're going to do two-step with a twist. So we're going to add to the two-step. And there's just going to be a couple things. One of our goals today, and we're going to have two parts to our lesson, is we're going to try to destroy or kill our fractions. One of the goals is we're going to try to kill fractions. Because if we can get rid of fractions, right, that makes our lives easier. All right, I'm talking and trying to write. So we're going to try to kill some fractions. So first of all, we just need to review a regular problem, a couple regular problems, and then I'm going to show you some problems that are a little bit different that I'm going to add today because I just want to add a little bit of extra. Okay, so here's going to be the first problem. Let's see if we can get it done. And make sure we have a good kind of base on this. And I know this is review, but a lot of your classes have been switching up, and I don't know who's going to show up on a given day. And I don't know why I did that. I just wanted a color. And for the record, if you wanted to add graphics to your notes, that doesn't bother me. Whatever helps you pay attention. Okay, I've seen some notes that look like a comic book. But they had the math, so didn't bother me. All right, first step is what? First step is going to be add, subtract. Second step is going to be multiply, divide. Okay, so first step, add, subtract. I'm probably going to do the opposite of 17, negative 17, plus 17. Okay, that's going to give me x over 7 equals, what is that, 30? Yeah, sure, 35. What's the last step here? Multiply by 7. Probably should have done that in a different color so it doesn't blend. All right, now it's a fancy 7 with a red background and purple foreground. So that cancels, yes. This is going to be a bigger number than normal. 2 what? Okay, not a big deal. That's what we've been doing, right? Okay. Now, here's where I'm talking about where it's a little bit different. We're going to have problems that are awful and evil and look like this. All right. We'll get this to that person in a second. Let's finish recording. And then we will move on. Okay. This is an awful fraction, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to teach you several ways to deal with this, to get rid of this fraction, but for now, I'm not going to do it in the same order that I did up here. Okay, so I can even put my order, I'm going to simplify if I can, always first. I'm going to always simplify, but if I can, before I even work, I'm going to simplify. If I can, I'm going to kill fractions. I'm going to do that. I want to do that first. I'm going to simplify, then kill fractions. Then I might do the add, subtract step. Then I might do the multiply, divide step. Okay? And I know this is a fraction because, well, I got a big line and a 4 underneath it, and I got 2 things on top. So this is what you do. I don't like this, so I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to go move him up here. That's all I'm going to do. And if you don't understand this fully now, we're going to get into why this works in a little bit later. But for now, I want you to do that. And so this is what I'm going to get. 4 times 6, x plus 3, equals 24. What do I do now? Subtract 3? Subtract 3? 21. Okay? So this is why we take notes, is so we can look at these interesting situations like this and go like, I don't want to do the fraction. This is a trick I can use. Okay?
How did you get to like 21?
I did 4 times 6. So basically what I'm allowed to do is take the denominator. What is that, numerator and denominator? I'm going to take the denominator and multiply it on the other side. And that kills my fraction. This is way easier to deal with than this, right? Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if you can do it this time. I'm going to make it super duper hard. I'm not really. Well, that makes sense. I put a variable there, right? That's what I meant to put was 5 plus x over 3 equals 2, but that's not what I put. I'll move that. No one sees that at home, though. 5 plus x, 3. Okay, and this is a skill that we're going to use a lot this year. This is a skill that you use big time in geometry, where we have a fraction that we don't want to deal with. And we use this a lot in Algebra 2 as well. We don't want to deal with, so we just go, I would wish that this denominator would go hang out with this 2. Okay? Can everybody identify that this is a bad fraction because of this big fraction bar and having 2 things and 1 thing underneath? Okay, I want you to be able to identify that, so when you get to that problem, you go, I got to do this different. Okay, that's why I named this 2-step with a twist. It's got a little extra bit to it. Okay, so just subtract 5, we get x equals 1. That's it. It doesn't get harder than that right now. Okay, there's another thing I wanted to add just because I think some of you are just getting bored, and so I'm going to add a different style problem. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about the quiz later and where it's limited. So I'll get into that after I stop the recording. So we're going to have problems like exactly like this, no different from this. This is not really a 2-step problem. I think you know how to do it already. What do you think you do first? I heard it right. Someone said distributed property, right? So yeah, you do that first. Now is it a 2-step problem? So basically I want to see if you're ready for this stuff yet. So I'll put just a few on here. We've been in school a while. You guys are getting back where you're in shape to do your math. A lot of you are doing, like I said, there's a lot of you doing some really good work. I think I said that yesterday. And so I'm really, really happy with what's going on. Is that it? It does have one extra line, doesn't it? Technically, that would be the simplify step. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and I'll tell you what you're going to need to do.